gained like 8 pounds since that shot.
I'm sorry, how much have you gained? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's Happening Out. I'm sorry, who was
that? Who was saying that?
Right. And Gregg Shapiro's with us, and Tony Lima is with us, and Victor from Pride.
Hey.
And Aunty Maim is with us. Lots of fun things that we're going to talk about. Some serious things we're going to talk about, but a lot of news. How's everybody doing?
Hey, okay.
The week's almost over.
Yeah. Excited.
One more day.
And if the conversation on the show is as hot as it's been off camera, it's going to be an amazing show.
We're all going to be sweating.
I'm already sweating.
It's a glisten.
Lots of news that we're going to be telling. And here it comes. Welcome to Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only LGBTQ plus daily evening news. It's time to queer up the news. It's 8 p.m. Thursday, September 30th, 2021, and we are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we're going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first live daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight with Al Ferguson.
Thank you for joining Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only unedited live LGBTQ plus evening news show. Whatever happens, you will see it. Queer News Tonight is supported by viewers like you. We are part of the Happening Out television network, Hotspots Magazine, and WMEG Events. Hotspots is celebrating 36 years of the LGBTQ plus experience. Merged, we bring you the best of LGBTQ plus news, entertainment, and support of our community.
This evening, we bring you the news of and a perspective representing the LGBTQ plus community from South Florida, America, and across our planet. I'm your anchor at Queer News Tonight, Al Ferguson. So let's begin by welcoming anchor Gregg Shapiro, a 1999 inductee into Chicago's LGBT Hall of Fame. Gregg is the author of 2 short story collections and 5 books of poetry. He is also an entertainment journalist. His celebrity interviews and music reviews run in a variety of regional LGBTQ plus and mainstream publications and websites. And his screensaver movie review column can be found in South Florida Gay News, San Francisco's Bay Area Reporter, RottenTomatoes.com, and many more. Good evening, Gregg.
Good evening, Al. Hello, y'all. It's a pleasure to be back. Let's welcome Tony Lima. He is CEO of Ariana Center, Trans Latina Florida, one of the nation's most important trans rights and services organizations. He is a longtime South Florida LGBTQ plus activist and political advocate, as well as the anchor of the world's first monthly transgender talk show called Translation. Good evening, Tony.
Hey, Gregg. Let's now welcome anchor Aunty Maim. She is a singer, actor, activist, podcaster, and stand-up comic. She's the mother of the House of Yas.
Yeah.
She is currently hosting amazing colossal karaoke at Kill Your Idol and is hosting her own podcast, Baking Sugar. She is also the mother of Florida and the Southeast's only all-queer comedy and performance collective based in Miami, performing at Villain Theater. Currently, you can catch her hosting Feel Good Fridays, an all-black stand-up comedy showcase in Miami, and the producer of Laugh Your Yass Off. Good evening, Aunty Maim.
Thank you, Tony. Let's welcome anchor Victor Diaz-Herman. He is a first-generation Cuban-American advocate, activist, fundraiser, and strategist. He serves as the CEO of Pride Lines, South Florida's oldest direct services agency for LGBTQ people and grassroots 501c3 nonprofit organizations founded by gay and bisexual youth for LGBTQ youth and their allies. He is also CEO of Worth International Media Group with exclusive brands such as Recommended and Preview in the business of creating stylish, engaging, and content-rich media. Solutions for the global travel tourism industry for over 50 years. Good evening, Victor.
Good evening. I'm back, and I'm here to bore you with my bio yet again. We are the reporters for Queer News Tonight, and this evening we begin with queer headlines. The LGBTQ plus community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast, and here are the bullet points of the queer news for today, Thursday, September 30th.
Well, we're going to begin tonight with queering up politics. Caitlyn Jenner says she's the Republicans' poster child for change. Watch this.
What have you been up to?
Oh, me? I was just nothing, running for governor in the 5th largest economy in the world.
Oh, okay.
It's been quite a process. Honestly, I got into this race because I love this country. I'm a patriot. Would I run again? Yes. I want to stay involved. It really opened my eyes to political life. It opened my eyes, but there's other things that I would like to do, and that is, one is try to get the Republican Party to be more inclusive. Obviously, I've always been on the Republican side because I have conservative economic values. They've always worked. Less government, less regulations, you know.
Yeah.
Government's not going to fix, especially in California, it's not going to fix our economic issues. But the people will if you let them go.
Yeah.
You know,
Were you
but socially, I'm much more progressive, and people, yeah.
Were you as taken as you were by the immigration problem? Were you as taken with the Capitol 6 insurrection? Did that bother you too?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't right. It wasn't right. And we can't have that in our country.
That's right.
We need to bring people together is what we need to do. We have a tendency in this country to put everybody in a box. Okay, my gosh, you're a Republican, so you must think this way, you must be this way. That's not me. I'm outside the box, okay? I am, you know, and the Republican Party needs to change, and to be honest with you, I am the poster child for change.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Well, you go, girl. You be you. Just a reminder to our viewers, she received 1% of the vote. The recent out-gubernatorial recall election candidate Caitlyn Jenner told the host of The View on that Tuesday that she'd run for office again after her failed bid to unseat California Governor Gavin Newsom. The recall election failed, 1%, and Jenner, who ran as a Republican, did not make it even into the top 10 replacement candidates, according to ABC News. If she had run, she would have been the first trans governor. If she had won, she would have been the first trans governor in the country. She spoke out against people being, quote, put in boxes, end quote, because of their identity while voicing her support of the Republican Party, making the joke about her trans identity, quote, I'm the poster child for change, end quote.
So I'll say that she looks good.
She does look good.
That's the positive of it. What's really, really insulting
Is that what our standard is?
That's
these
it.
days?
That's
You
it.
look
She
good.
looks good. She looks good. She looks good. But the reality is that she's the first person to put everyone in a box in some capacity. So all of this is so incredibly hypocritical. And I'm so happy that she got a reality check with that no percentage, basically, of any of the vote. That's what she deserves at this point.
And she's not even a blip on the perverse Republican radar. Not even at all. She doesn't matter.
No. I don't agree with Tony. There was a picture there in a white suit. I didn't think she looked that great.
I mean, in the interview. I got you.
I mean, it really is sad, though, because, I mean, even at the Republican events, she's made fun of. I mean, it's one thing to represent a party. It's another thing to represent a party that doesn't want you and carry the banner for a group that clearly doesn't want you. And it's just, to me, it's sad. If Jenner wasn't such an embarrassment of a person, like, I'd probably feel worse for her.
That's right. You know, it's interesting to me, for almost anyone else that's running for political office, an important political office. I mean, she makes the point. That is the governor of the 5th largest economy on the planet, comparing to other countries. If you're black and you can't win the black constituency, you've got a problem. If you're a Latino and you can't win the Latino constituency, you've got a problem. If you're a woman and you can't win the female constituency, you've got a problem. I won't even go as far as trans, but for the LGBTQ community, if you can't win us, you've got a problem. So you do not represent anything for change because no one's listening to you.
That's right. Next, we queer up education. Trans girl blocked from school locker room causes massive student walkout. A transgender student was allegedly blocked from using the locker room at a Texas high school, and her classmates rallied for her, organizing a walkout and protest in support of transgender equality on Wednesday morning. Video of the protest has been shared on social media, showing the students waving transgender and rainbow pride flags in a hallway and chanting, while a teacher shouts at them, "Go back to class!" The protest just that way. The protest took place after a 16-year-old transgender Temple High School student posted on Instagram on September 22nd that she tried to use the girls' locker room, but a teacher blocked her and told her that she couldn't use it, even though she's a girl. Watch this.
Todd, this walkout was planned over a week ago. Now, all to support a trans student here at Temple High, Kendall Tinoco, who's fighting for equality. Kendall was denied access to the girls' locker room after dance practice a few weeks ago. Her teacher told her that she wasn't allowed in the girls' locker room because there were females in the locker room. She spoke with an assistant principal about the matter, who also agreed with the teacher. Kendall posted on social media about her experience and received overwhelming support from her classmates.
They don't have a problem with transgender people using their referred restroom or locker room. And overall was really proud to see all of the transgender LGBTQ people come together and stand for one another.
You know, as an LGBTQ advocate, this is why I personally do the work that I do. This is so incredibly inspiring. I'm so hopeful now. I'll tell you a little bit of a story. About a week ago, I was in St. Johns County where my parents live, and I was watching the news, and the exact opposite thing happened in St. Johns County. There was a student that identified openly as queer, LGBTQ as a whole, and came to school wearing some pride apparel and was attacked by a bunch of students. Right, so to see this, I feel hope. I feel like we're moving in the right direction, and we need to have more shows of acceptance and inclusivity like is happening in this story.
And reference St. Johns County, St. Augustine.
St. Augustine, yes.
Oh, north.
Other thoughts?
Well, it's just great to see that this generation is just leaving the older generation in the dust. Every time you hear a story like this, I mean, there are exceptions, but for the most part, you're hearing these stories, and it gives an old guy like me hope.
Hope.
Yeah, I echo Tony's sentiment. This is why we do the work we do, and it is amazing to see young people stand up and take action. But it also speaks to the change that needs to occur systemically, and in this case, within the school systems.
Victor, I'm curious, Pride Lines represents, started by and represents LGBTQ youth. When you watch a school setting like that, it happen in almost a kind of impromptu setting of support, where people in authority, which are teachers, yelling, "Get back into class," and they ignore the authoritarian voice. What do you think about that when you watch that video?
I think it shows the power and the resilience of young people, and that they're looking to create the change that they want to see in their communities, in the world. And if that means resisting the authority, then that means resisting the authority.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I thoroughly agree. I almost am speechless, to be very honest. Like I look at some of these stories about these young people doing these walkouts, like the walkout for the gay teacher that got fired a few weeks ago. It makes my heart swell, legitimately just swell, because somebody has to put their foot down, and goodness knows it's not going to be the adults in the room.
Yeah.
So I'm just
great way of putting it.
I'm just happy that the youth are.
If I can, if I may presume on all of us, I just want to connect the dots. We've reported at Queer News tonight. In general, the LGBTQ identification traditionally of our population and community is 7%. But in the last 4 or 5 months, a lot of people have taken note that if you zero in on teenagers and Gen Zers, that number moves from 7% to 17%. This story is a reflection of how factual that is. And also, it is a reflection that not only are the numbers growing and larger than we thought in this age group. Also, broadly, our allies, our queer identifying or supported allies, are coming to the aid of LGBT and trans people. And that's what you're watching in schools. That doesn't happen in my age group category, has not generally happened in my age group category. That's what's so inspirational in this story that we're feeling. We're watching the future in that video, not the past.
Speaking of that, we have another great story. Let's queer up trans rights. Orlando school elects first transgender homecoming queen. Watch this.
Really cute.
She is a queen, proud of her crown.
They also gave me the sash.
For her, it all symbolizes something richer than royalty.
It just made me feel like I actually belong, not just like a joke. Because that was one of my fears. I was like at bed one night and just like, what if they're just doing this to laugh at me?
Evan Bilosuknia is 17, and she's in her first year, living the way she wants, the way she feels.
I still have a long way to go and a lot more changes coming.
Evan Bilosuknia made history as she wrote on Instagram when she became her school's first transgender homecoming queen. The 17-year-old said she didn't know what to expect when she decided to run for homecoming queen at her school, Olympia High School, in Orlando, Florida. Students not only supported her, but elected her to homecoming court and then crowned her queen last week. She received her crown on the school's football field alongside the homecoming king, who was also supportive and made her feel like any other girl. What another inspiring story. It's a happy day. Let's just end now.
Well, to quote The Who, the kids are all right.
It's funny. Evan Bilosuknia?
I followed what the reporter said. Bilosuknia.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to the students of Olympia High School in Orlando, Florida. You make your entire community proud, and definitely here at Queer News Tonight. It's really quite an amazing moment.
It is, and you know, what's important to also call out is that these young people aren't just living their lives, they're setting the tone for future generations. They're activists in just living their true selves. They are being activists and creating the opportunity for the next generation to just do it again and again.
You know, to that point, it's very funny. I come out of a generation where Stephen King's Carrie was homecoming queen, and it's interesting to me because I was really thinking about that. Even if it was possible for Carrie to win homecoming queen, it's really a setup for a joke. And the king is in on the joke. In this instance, the students vote in the homecoming queen, who is trans, and the king is going, yay, queen. Right. That is amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
It's setting the gauntlet, right? Like this is it. And I love what she said, which is what every trans youth wants, right? I just want to be treated like a girl. Like that's it, right? Because I am a girl, and it was that simple. What a simple act. So let's queer up entertainment. Drag Race star Lemon sets TikTok on fire with rap verse. Canada's Drag Race star Priyanka and Lemon dropped their new song Come Through, and it's safe to say it's an absolute banger. The music video for the Dainty Club banger was released earlier this month and boasts some stunning looks, melodies, and even choreography. It even begins with an homage to Lady Gaga and Beyonce's iconic car scene in their 2009 collab Telephone, which we're still waiting for the sequel. But one moment in particular is going viral on social media. Lemon's rap verse, a few minutes in, is an undeniable banger and has inspired a TikTok trend. Watch this.
Living
I was going to say I live. I feel like it requires that kind of commentary.
Yes.
That's fantastic. And I'll be honest, I am like, as you know, because I usually get the RuPaul stories on the show, I am a super fan, but I'm not that connected to the Canadian franchise.
Oh,
No one is.
sorry, super fan. I'm taking the badge away.
Do it.
I watched each and every series, episode, and
Good for
across all the
you.
countries,
I like Victor better.
including
He doesn't mean that.
oh gosh, what do they call it? The behind the scenes shows.
Oh, Untucked.
Untucked.
Yes.
Now you lose a few points.
There you go.
But I still.
No, it's amazing. Like, I mean, my only thing when I see these videos that I feel terrible about, just saying this out loud, is I do wish the Canadian queens got a better show, because so many of them were so talented and it got mired in like the judges and all of that mess that it's like,
And the hate.
and it was terrible, right? I mean, it's only one person's back this season, so that should tell you how bad it was. But I am just happy that they're just exploding, because it's not just here, like they're everywhere. It's over in the UK and all of that. Like, I love it.
Yeah,
Well,
That's why I
be-
didn't watch. Exactly. what
between,
you said.
between Lil Nas X and Priyanka and Lemon, leave it to the queens to give music videos life again.
God.
You know, it's so funny. When rap music was introduced, a lot of people rejected it as not being a talented music form. You watch that video and you go, "Hey, we are just beyond impressed in the talent of what we just saw." It was really outstanding.
Very good. Good job, girls. So that is our queer news headlines for today. So let's catch up on the LGBTQ plus news surrounding COVID-19 with our special segment called Quarantine Quickies.
Queer News Tonight has reported on coronavirus on every broadcast since January 6, 2020. Tonight we report that as of today, more than 3,095,000 LGBTQ plus Americans have contracted COVID-19.
Queer News Tonight remembers the more than 49,000 LGBTQ plus Americans that have died from coronavirus.
But the news is improving, because as of today, more than 391 million vaccination doses have been administered in the U.S.
That is our pandemic news for tonight. Next, we report on our partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. We are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine and supporting that partnership. Happening Out Television Network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ plus religious live broadcast in the world, as more than 30,000 watch every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Watch this.
I am Daniel Quintana, CFO of Domi Real Estate, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Well, we finished tonight's queer news headlines with what we call LGBTQ flash news.
LGBTQ flash news. Colombia's first openly gay congressman seeks re-election. The first openly gay man elected to Colombia's Congress says he plans to run for a second term in 2022. Congressman Mauricio Toro told the Washington Blade on September 21st during a Zoom interview from Bogota, quote, I think I'll be reelected to the House of Representatives, end quote. Voters elected him in 2018. Colombian Senator Angelica Lozano, a bisexual Colombian senator and Green Alliance member who is married to Bogota Mayor Claudia Lopez, is the only other openly LGBTQ person in the Congress.
Whew. Well, I am all for more queer representation all over the world. Can we just keep doing it?
I love Colombia as a country, and the reason this is important is because of the Latino culture in South America and much of the rejection to LGBT. So Mauricio, you go.
I was going to say something very similar. That's why this is important, because it's happening in Colombia, in Latin America as a whole. I'm actually headed to Colombia next week, so I love to know that in Bogota, there's an openly gay mayor.
Colombia.
Yeah.
Toro, indeed. I'd like to grab him by the horns.
Oh, that was so unexpected.
My sinuses are clearing.
I just say we're taking over the world.
Yes. LGBTQ plus flash news. Lil Nas X crushes homophobic rap meme and the world reacts in surprising way. Lil Nas X has proven once again that he is the ultimate troll with his hilarious response to a homophobic meme. The widely shared meme is a side-by-side image showing legendary rapper Tupac on the left wearing a white suit. On the right is a picture of Lil Nas X at the MTV VMAs wearing a purple gown. The meme says, "Rappers then and now," end quote, suggesting that Lil Nas X has somehow brought this genre into disrepute with his iconic gender-bending looks. The industry baby rapper recreated the meme, but replaced the picture of him with a nicer one, tweeting, quote, "Can y'all please stop spreading this? Spread this one instead. It's a much better angle," end quote. Well, at least he's aware that he has a good side, and we're not talking about his booty.
I love him, and I love his fashion. He can do no wrong. Both pictures were great.
I think that Lil Nas should be crowned Troll King, of all time, honestly.
And in the string, by the way, in the first day, I got 200,000 likes.
Wow.
And many people came in and showed pictures of Prince in the 90s
Oh, yeah,
in
right.
dresses.
Well, absolutely.
And Tupac, too.
Tupac in a corset.
In the corset, exactly.
See?
What I love about this is that he is in on the joke. He's like, I'm not going to be anyone's joke. Here it is. Let's do this again. Good for
flat.
you, Lil Nas X. Exactly.
Good.
LGBTQ plus flash news. Colton Haynes channels Leather Daddy in Tommy Finland tribute. He did. He said,
I did.
Colton Haynes just paid homage to legendary homoerotic artist Tommy Finland by posting pics of himself wearing an all-leather outfit to his Instagram recently. While the cover and jacket say Daddy and the collar and pearls say Poodle or Boy, we're not mad at the positionally fluid tribute to the leather community. I love this. I'm like reading the story, but trying to look at the picture at the same time. Good for you. I love the fact that this is also challenging those like hyper masculine norms that we fight all the time within the queer community, but it still makes me a little schwitzy.
Really? That's what you thought on this?
You're looking at me because you know I'm like a little sweaty. Yes. Moving on.
Well, it's a little more like Bomb of Finland.
Oh.
Ooh. Wow.
April.
Yes.
I'm going to start following him on Instagram. He is just gorgeous.
I just wish he had a mustache. That would.
He did for a long time, right?
Yeah, he did.
I'm not in the leather community, although I've reported on Tommy Finland a lot at Queer News Tonight. As I see Colton's picture, can we see it just one more time, please, so Tony can see it too?
Yes, thank you.
Colton Haynes, more of a leather daddy. I consider him a leather pup. For me, at least for me.
All right, well, LGBTQ plus flash news. A new reality series about gay flag football players is coming to TVs everywhere. Gay Bowl 21, this year's championship tournament of the National Gay Flag Football League, takes place this weekend in Phoenix, Arizona, and according to Outsports, the game and league will be featured in a reality TV series currently in development. Produced by Sports Studio Game One, Moore Street Productions, and Seth Greenleaf and his Greenleaf Productions, Flags will shine a spotlight on gay flag football teams from around the country. Hopefully, the Florida Sunshine Cup, Cup 11, taking place in February here in the gayest place on planet Earth, makes the show.
You know, I was going to read all of those gay flag football players, and we're showing the logo of the league, and they saved themselves by showing this video. Good job, production. Now I'm really invested.
Right, it's like we needed the Butch story after we tore Colton Haynes apart, apparently, and called him femme and all sorts of other things. So that's why we have this story now. I take it.
Well, and because I know Seth Greenleaf, I'm willing to take one for the team and say an enthusiastic, "Yay, sports ball!"
Oh, finally. We finally get Gregg in sports. All right.
Gregg is on a roll tonight.
I mean, you keep showing me men in uniform. What do you expect? Jesus.
Does your husband watch this show, Victor?
I hope not.
Right?
I hope.
You're turning red. Your
got
makeup
sunburn.
is worn off.
I got
right, exactly.
I love it. Although the only pigskin I really care about is a purse.
Oh, really?
So on that note, that is today's news for the LGBTQ plus community on the world's first and only daily LGBTQ plus evening news show. Is our community important to you?
Then help us by liking and subscribing, ring the bell for updates, share this news with your friends and family.
Post this broadcast in the many groups you are a member of. Tonight's stories about our community deserve the attention of your family and friends.
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ plus digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines, or as I like to say, and into your bedroom.
Oh.
We need your support.
Wait, who says that?
I do.
Right?
Just him.
Just Victor says that.
He's watching on the couch.
Wait, one more time. Does your husband watch this show?
I hope not.
No.
I'm going to text him right now.
All right. Well, if our
Back in
community is
bags.
to grow, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention. My sinuses are seriously clearing. To the attention of the broader world. This is the only place in the world that tells these LGBTQ stories, by the way, Victor, in motion and sound. And we've heard you loud and clear. Got it. That is the passion of Happening Out Television Network and Queer News Tonight. I'm Al Ferguson, and on behalf of these LGBTQ thirsty reporters, the anchors of Queer News Tonight, including Tony Lima, Gregg Shapiro, Aunty Maim, and Victor Diaz-Herman. We will see you daily at 8 p.m. Good night.
Good night.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ